everybody, welcome back. I'm the Stratch Professor. Let's go ahead and get back in here. Now, I did change a couple of the visual details, and I think it still is good. I noticed the night scene on the last recording, at least as far as my monitor, again, which is looking at it in 4K, but I'm downscaling it to 1080p for YouTube. The night looked a little grainy. It's okay. But I switched over from CBR to CQP as far as OBS, so hopefully that helps. Also turned on HDR. It looks like Warhammer 2 can actually handle HDR without looking crazy. It looks like way better on my screen. But in Warhammer 3, it made it like super bright and just like oversaturated crazy colors. But it looks like on Warhammer 2, at least as far as the recording goes, again, looks amazing on my end. But as far as Warhammer 2 goes, it looks like it's not too oversaturated. We'll see when a battle shows up. If it looks too crazy, I can turn it back down. But in other words, I tried to make it a little better, so let me know what you guys think, if it's better. Again, I'm trying to adjust all these settings because it's... I don't know, I never had to deal with that before, where my computer could dramatically overperform usually what OBS can do and what shows up on YouTube. So I've got a 3080 Ti now with like the newest, highest Intel chip and DDR5 RAM and all this other crazy stuff with this new computer. But anyways, blah blah blah, hopefully it looks good. Let's get in here. So we gotta get down to Conqua and get ready to fight a rebellion, I guess turn after next. And then we have to decide where we're gonna go, and I guess I could have thought about this off screen, but are we at war with any of the other Norskins? We're not. So we do have a few options here. We could go over and fight Norska. A problem with that I can foresee, and I just mentioned that I kind of don't want to fight the Bretonnians early, but a huge issue if I do go for the Norskins. They are pretty easy to kill. The chaos could be a problem. Chaos waste and such, and then that does open me up to a lot of backdooring as well, because they just don't have walls. And there's no minor city sieges. I kind of like the minor settlement fights in Warhammer 3 just because it does help out factions like Norska and, you know, some of these North factions that don't have walls. Helps me put up a fight. So it's like, it's easy to take it, but if I'm going to get backdoored by... and just like have this really like wide open swath of vulnerable areas, and you've got Bretonnia and all these human factions just constantly hitting me with no walls, I don't know if I can control that kind of property. Another option would be... so our other option would be we could come over here and try to fight these guys. We are friends with Karnklar, so we can't beat them. Or we could just go down. We are at war with Marienburg. They're the only ones we're at war with right now. So we could go down and try to touch in here and fight these guys. The Norskins will probably like us if we do that, and so maybe we don't get attacked by the Norskins if we can play nice with them. And then we just start killing all the humans and then work our way back to Bretonnia. Because Coron's going to be like really hard to siege early game. So that seems like a bad idea to come in here. And they're not technically at war with me yet. Marienburg is. So maybe I just go for Marienburg next. Just kind of limit our fighting as much as possible. Yes. Upgrade that. I don't think we need to hire anything. We could get the Corsairs with hand bows and all that, but... okay, so this port... oh, we have to do this over here. Okay, so you definitely want the Black Ark. ASAP. Let's see if they've changed anything. Fleet Master. Missile resist. Melee attack. +6 for Corsair units. Good. He's personally unbreakable and immune to high seas attrition. Okay, yeah, I'll take him. Now, I don't believe that doesn't count as another army as far as supply lines. And I think... so he has his own... I think he has his own skill tree. Yes, which is similar to the other ones, for the most part. But, I I believe, yeah, you get a deep discount on units. So like pretty much I can hold units here if I want to and help defend and fight things at sea and all that. So it's greedy. It kind of feels like a waste having units there, but then you also have them where you can just hand them off to other people potentially. If you lose a fight and you need to just transfer a bunch of units, you can get it. So you're sort of using the Black Ark to control the seas. You're defending the Black Ark itself if you have units on it, and you have the ability to potentially hand them off to other armies. So it's an interesting dynamic. They aren't free though, you still have to pay some extra. Now, this is just like I said, it comes with Black Ark hiring areas, so you don't need to upgrade to tier 3 to get that. And then we can eventually get Dark Shards, Dark Riders with repeater crossbows can be okay. Pretty good ammo, good for skirmishing, and you can get Shades at tier 2, which is obviously super good. So I think just having access to these Corsairs and then getting to the Shades early. Wow, were Shades real? No, it's only in that upkeep is only for Dark Arcs. Or Black Arcs, whatever. So in a normal army, I think Shades are 225, but in my mind, they're worth. I mean, 34 damage over 23, that's like almost 50% more damage. I think it is like more than 50% damage. So yeah, they don't have shields, and these things are horrible in combat too. So I would rather pay up and get Shades than Corsair, or the Dark Shards. You can get better upgrades for Dark Shards, but... and then, let's see, some of these other buildings, what have they changed here? You gain recruitment rank for units. Post-battle loot income, that's obviously really big. Casualties, and then income from sacking settlements in the sphere, 20%. That's huge. Black Ark growth +5, massive. Like, we want these for sure. And then you get upgrades to your different bombardment spells that you get for free. And you get like slightly better. These Black Ark growth, Horde recruitment capacity up. Okay. Increasingly more expensive. So, if you don't know how Horde buildings work, I think they changed the system in Warhammer 3 a ton. But basically, every time you buy a building, I think it increases the cost of all the other ones that are horizontal. Vertical is the same. It's a small amount vertically to go up. Or maybe it's none. But like if I get this one, for example, is 4, then this one would be 6. If I get this, then like any other one would be 8. Unless they've changed it. That's how it used to work for a lot of factions. Okay, and then... demand highborn hostages. Available after 5 turns. Okay. So I guess once you use a right, you can't do another right for 5 turns. So this is probably what we want next. The public order is like, okay, we'll do that eventually. Post-battle loot. Income from slaves. Slave decline rate. So that means you lose more slaves. They just die while they're working in the pits and stuff. And Dark Conduit is just blow something up. Okay. So that's a pretty good old buff for 375. Okay, and so we can cast it. We just have to have 5 turns. So yeah, slaves are really big. They let us do all sorts of things. Okay, and then everything else is all good. Okay, I think we're going to go for Marienburg. And hopefully we don't get hit. The other sides may not go hostile with us. You know, Leon Core.
Expenditure must be maintained for your domain to prosper.
Okay. Okay, kill Altdorf. Let me get a bunch of stuff. Okay.
Tyrant of Nagaroth. Dragon Master.
Okay, so we need to kill a rebellion here. Taxes, provincial instability, corruption. How's that corruption looking? It's getting a little better, yeah. How much is this? 800 something. So we've already basically saved like 700 gold by not repairing this. Okay, 2 more turns, and then we can upgrade one of these. The growth is starting to become a thing. Where's the highborn hostages? This? Okay, so we can have that on there after we kill this rebellion. And that might help us out a little bit. Hakardi's blessing. That's good, but I just want more Flock, man. Flock of Doom, so strong.
Witness my strength, Rakarth.
What happens if I raid my own territory? Is that bad?
Cain favors me.
Okay. Yeah, minus 100%. Yeah, we don't want that.
Hurry, or face the lash.
Okay. I think we'll run down here. And we'll just have to chill, I guess, after that.
Feared by all.
We could hire, with him, 650. Now, anyone can hire off the Black Arcs. It's not just the Black Arc themselves. Like, this guy can hire, even if you've dashed. Actually, scratch that. You can't hire if you've dashed. But if you're within this circle and you have not dashed, then you can hire from the Black Arc as well. Okay, so I guess we'll just wait. 2 turns on growth, and there's going to be a rebellion in 2 turns. So I guess next turn we can hire and just chill. We don't want to sit in the town, though. Yeah, I think we want that. I mean, we could just get all 3 of these and then just start trying to go for Forge to Kill.
What?
And we do want to upgrade this Black Arc and get growth on it soon. I mean, we could get rid of this building and then get the growth over here. Probably not a good idea, though. I think being able to hire the Corsairs is handy. Okay. Still don't like us. Oh, now we're getting a great power penalty. Okay, World Wakers, sure. Marienburg's getting kind of strong.
Dreadlord of the Druki.
I guess we can go ahead and get a couple of these. Since it costs the same. And then we can, I guess, walk around with these. And then once we're about ready to go on shore and fight Marienburg, then we can hand them off. So that way it's less upkeep overall. It's probably a smart idea. Do we need that much of a... I mean, this is pretty strong. We do need a little bit more of a front line, though. What kind of shield do those... Normal? No shield. Okay. So the only advantage is they have the same melee defense. These guys just have more offense. These guys get to fire a little bit as they're coming up. I mean, these guys could flank and shoot. They can, like, focus fire lords and things like that. I guess we'll go with them. Okay, so let's grab a couple there.
All shall behold my greatness.
We already... Okay, we already dashed there. Alright. And then... Still waiting 2 turns on growth. Okay. Just trying to make sure I don't forget anything. I don't think Black Arcs, they can't support land battles, though, even if you're, like, attacking a port. I don't believe. Okay.
Cain favors me.
Naples replenishment, campaign movement range. Don't want to do that. I think that's fine. We're greeting out a little bit here. But I think it's okay. Okay. And then we want to go ahead and repair that at this point.
Born to command.
187, 3 turns. Okay.
Your foolish subjects here have taken up arms against your rule.
Okay.
My lord, the enemy raid your lands and slaughter your denizens. The forces of the Empire, my lord. The men of the old world
Alright.
are weak but great in number. They should be no match.
Ooh. Is that all armies faction wide? Or no, those are my people. Okay.
No.
Ooh. Okay.
What now?
Huh. Now, where can they...
Unworkable.
They can't get there in one turn, I'm pretty sure. No, they have to dash.
Bow before Rakarth. Devour them.
You need not grow weary of battle, my lord. You do not need to oversee every skirt.
How much are... We really don't want to be injured for that next fight. I'm afraid it's going to hurt our mammoth. We will have 1 turn of healing. I'm gonna just fight it, just because I don't want to risk like mammoth being down at like 20% health or something against Marienburg. And if we can beat this Marienburg army, hopefully we can run at them. Now, one trick as well, especially with sea battles, is you want them to feel like they can beat you. So you don't want to walk around with like an overwhelmingly powerful army. You want to try to have elements in your army that are very difficult for the auto-resolve to calculate. So stuff like magic, different kinds of skills, having units where you have lots of technological or like skill-based upgrades. They don't calculate that, I don't think. It just looks at, I believe, it just looks at like base values of units. Something like a multiplayer, you know, kind of value on a unit. Now, I don't think... I don't think they had too much ranged. And you almost always want to use the multi-shot rounds. These single shots are for large beasts, which are okay, but you really don't want to be using that for large beasts. I think it's at its strongest when it's trying to kill masses of infantry.
Your army marches into battle with...
Now they do have a few kind of faster units, like over here, these hounds. Did it not hit those? That's annoying. I want these shades to focus fire the trolls.
Slay them.
These are some of the free bombardment spells that we have.
Shades. Following orders. No survivors. Red spears.
Your troops come under fire.
By your command. Onward.
rally back immediately. Yeah, having these, like, all these free bombardment spells is just, like, it's so freaking good. Yeah, those Shades are pretty good at focus firing down Lords. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good in battle. It's a little brighter. But man, HDR is so good. I know that like the cards are super expensive and they're probably not coming down anytime soon. Actually, I did hear that some of them were coming down. That they're sort of getting back to MSRP. I think a lot of the inflation is just supply chain disruptions still from like COVID, and China still doing like massive COVID lockdowns with their zero COVID policy. You got the Russia situation going on, increasing like fuel costs, food costs. I don't want to get like super political obviously on the channel, but I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff that's like increasing costs of things right now. And I think it might get resolved a little faster, I'm hoping, than a lot of people believe. So I don't really think it's money supply as much as it is just like transient supply chain problems. So hopefully that means the prices can come down, and I highly recommend, like, if you can get some of these 3080 cards, like, the HDR is so good if you can run HDR. I mean, part of that's your monitor as well, and I'm really enjoying this OLED monitor, or like this TV screen. If you have like the ability in your house to do this, where it can also double as a TV, but it's like you start getting to high-end monitors that can do 4K. A lot of those are already going to be, you know, $700 or $800, and this like 55-inch, you know, OLED TV, it was like $1,000 or something. But, and I know not everyone has that kind of money, but I feel like if you're already looking at like the $600 or $700 range for like a 27-inch monitor, for like a high-end monitor, like you might as well just go ahead and like look at a TV that can double as a monitor that's also really strong. If you don't, a lot of the big complaints are people are like, oh, it's too big, it's up in your face. But if you just like pull it back a little bit, if you have room in your office or whatever, and just mount it to a wall, I'm loving it. So far, I've only had it for a little bit, but feels real good. Okay, so we can do flat money or slaves. I think we just want slaves and replenishment. I definitely, like, that 5 turns of minus 5% replenishment is rough.
The Tower of
Slaves also give you money. It, like, ooh, we may not be able to, we can't kill it all.
Bow before
Okay.
Rakarth.
Alright, so just dreaded slaver. Shit, we should have run down and killed more. I totally forgot they're gonna get to
Rakarth is
their bolster here. Alright, let's...
my name shall echo through the ages.
So that's how much? 400 more gold? Yeah, it pays for itself real quick. Oh, it does add walls to a settlement, too. I didn't realize that. Okay. Nagronath. Okay. Now let's go with that, then, I guess. Okay, we'll go ahead and repair that. It's because it's so cheap at this point.
You fought well, my beasts.
Not going to be able to get him. Okay. So I have to decide now. Do I go south or...
Rakarth tracking.
Okay, that's actually not that bad. So, like, if these guys rally, or, like, they get 4 or 5 more units next turn, maybe we can still beat them. World Walker, World Wakers. Okay, Musion's getting destroyed. Okay. Well, hopefully this is all good. We can't really recruit much more. We're kind of greeding out going for these buildings right now, but... Okay, we have enough growth. 9 turns for more growth. We are going to get a little more public order. Yeah, so public order doesn't matter. Tax rate probably doesn't matter. What's the... It's 1,000, so we get 50 more gold. Enemy hero actions, not going to matter. So yeah, I guess we just go growth. Alright, let's see what they do. So yeah, maybe, I guess, in hindsight, I should have got Isle of Wight up to tier 3 and got that port, like, immediately. I think. Because the walls are would be really handy right here. Okay. So they are getting a few more units. I mean, honestly, if they take this back, if they fight and take this, I can just retake it. Like, it's not the end of the world.
Cease your provocations.
We probably want a slave pens there eventually. You get 100, or every 100 slaves, you get 10 more gold. So if you have 1,000 slaves, it'll give you 100 more gold per turn. And then the income from slaves is also up 10% overall. So like that's really good. If you want to get those buildings, you just have to have a ton of slaves in an area to make that work. We only have 243, which is rough. So I guess I don't know that we necessarily need that like super early on. The other option's just growth. Or we could just wait. Torture posts, kind of expensive.
Born to command.
Now, are they going to be able to hit this on the first turn?
Black-hearted dreadlord.
So he'd have 1, 2, 3. We're not going to have a sorceress or anything. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 units.
What?
Okay, now this guy cannot hire... No, he can hire beasts. We can't hire a lot of them, though.
Dominating.
Can we hit him? No, we can't get him this turn. I don't know if they're going to be able to, like, sally out.
Dragon Master. Beasts. Rampage.
Okay, so I think we can dash down and reinforce.
Faster, I said.
Where's the port? It's right here.
Druki Lord.
Okay, so this is the reinforcement range. Alright, so I think if we go to like right here. Why can't I get any closer?
Witness my strength, Rakarth. I lead.
Okay, so I guess this is considered part of the town proper. So we're going to be winded if we get into this fight, but I'm pretty sure with all of these forces, we should be able to beat them. And here, as far as like growth and buildings are concerned, I just don't think that matters. Okay.
One of your subordinates shows questionable devotion to your cause, it would seem. Consider taking steps to appease or otherwise deal.
Okay. So they might end up taking that back. We'll see.
Feared by all.
Born to command. In search of beasts. Tamer
What?
of dragons.
Oh my god. I didn't realize. Okay, so it takes literally all of your movement. Dude. That's pretty troll.
Malevolent Lord.
1600. We do, okay, so we need 2 growth for that.
Noble born.
Okay, well that kind of.
Fear my
I mean, I guess that's fair because, you know, it is really powerful to be able to do that. What are they? Do we know what they have yet?
Unworkable.
I mean, just kind of standard stuff. They have some upgrades. 17 units. I think we probably can just beat them. Blackheart Corsair. I mean, the 20% on sacks is good. Forge to kill, hit and run. Okay, we're not going to have the bolt throwers probably soon. The +3 Blackheart growth is pretty big, though. Okay, I guess we'll just get all these 3 and then maybe go for that upgrade in a little bit. Okay, so Conqua we might have some problems there, but again, if they take it, we'll just have to take it back. Oh my god, now they're running. It's so annoying.
The enemy have encircled your city, my lord. Send a force to aid the city defenders before they are starved into submission.
Okay, we don't want to mess with that. Okay, sure. Okay, they dashed.
The Beast Lord Ascendant.
Okay, I should be able to hit them in 1 turn. Alright. So we have 13 units. We have magic. We have the Black Arc. Reinforcing magic.
A legend among Beastmasters. They
Okay.
face doom.
Your army will be joined by reinforcements in battle, my lord, should you decide to fight.
What?
All the better to surround the enemy.
Really?
And drive them off the field.
They reinforced that far? So, like, the entire circle at sea, the Admiral can reinforce? Oof. Okay, that's actually pretty dang good. I don't think they'll reinforce on the ground, but maybe at sea they reinforce a very long distance. I mean, obviously, it's not like a massive deal, but that's good to know. Again, it's been a while, and they've changed some of these mechanics over the years. Like I said, I really like the Dark Elves. They're one of my favorite factions, actually. I'd say they're definitely a top 5. I mean, with these changes, we'll see. I mean, it might be a top 3. I love Skaven. That's my favorite. I think a lot of content creators probably like Skaven. I mean, they're just so well designed. I was OG lover of Skaven, though. Ever since it very first released, that was my favorite faction. Just for the record. They just always been. They're just so unique in fantasy lore. There's just not really a lot of other things like them. These kind of like wily rat people. So Skaven for sure. And then I kind of like vampire counts for sure. 100% love vampire counts. Especially Isabella. I don't know. I've just always loved vampire stuff. And just their mechanics and units are all pretty cool. Which is funny because people, you know, a lot of people are just like, oh, you know, range units are OP. Melee units are terrible. It's like, really? I mean, sometimes, but I don't think it's as crazy as sometimes people make it out to be. But yeah, I think Dark Elves are definitely up there. Okay, so with these dudes, I guess we'll kind of frontline them. And then they can absorb the charge. And we can just have these sort of help out on the sides. Have this sort of maybe help out on the side. And where's the mammoth? There we go. Mammoth over here. Now I should have looked at the units that they had a bit more. I guess they've got decent chunk of archers. These are like weaker archers. Those aren't the crossbowmen. Outriders, outriders, outriders. Okay. Not in range yet.
Ready! Setting forth!
The enemy approach on my...
Okay. I mean, I have a magic user. They don't, so...
Corsair handbows, we are ready. Going.
Eager for battle.
Druki, forwards. Bolt throwers. Moving out. Here.
Sorceress of Grund!
The winds of magic blow strongly in this place, Commander. Harness its power and...
Bolt throwers.
Yeah, y'all feel like moving yet, or what?
Survivors.
Beast Master.
Slay them.
Need to be careful on these outriders, though.
Ready to rule.
Spells may be overcast.
The merciless host. Attack. Dark Elves. Bolt throwers.
Whoa, what are we doing here?
Battle ready.
Oh my gosh. Okay, get up here and fire. Why are my bolt throwers just running wild here?
Making ground.
Bolt throwers.
I thirst.
Destroy. I will go.
Glorious bloodshed.
Shades.
Beast law.
Repositioning. Cold-blooded killers. End them.
Eager for blood.
Dark elves. Blood will flow. Advance, Druki.
Master of dragons.
Kill everything. Terror and death. Die, weaklings.
On to battle.
Shades. Merciless warriors. Druki, forward. Merciless.
Rakarth. Immediately.
Corsair handbows.
Sorceress of Grud.
Now they dash, so they should all die if we get them all.
Druki.
Trying to make sure a lot of them don't rally back.
Dark elves. Orders understood. By Cain. By Cain.
Shenlu. Forward. Warhathan.
Oh, they can fire while running backwards? Wow, I didn't realize that.
On to slaughter. Death. Bolt throwers.
I don't think they can fire up that wall.
The dark arts.
Karadka expects.
The merciless host.
We do it, boys. Get them, get them, get them. I mean, they're all going to die, but again, this might affect victory conditions. We'll see. Okay. Take it. Yeah, the sorceress just mainly took damage from overcasting, I think, and hurt herself. Those bolt throwers are good.
My My name shall echo through the ages.
Wow, 250 that's pretty good.
More slaves for Karant Ka, seeking land.
Your army has marched all it can, my lord. They must rest.
All shall kneel
Oh, nice.
before Rakarth.
Yes. Heck yeah.
Bow before Rakarth.
I don't know if this, like, range of influence also gives extra healing.
Rakarth does not fail.
Okay.
Malevolent Lord.
Alright, we'll do campaign movement range for him. Got some money. Now we... Do we have to run all the way up here to clean this? That's 9 units. They're kind of injured. With the Black Arc, I believe, should be able to reinforce. Now, they could just siege it out for X number of turns. Is there really a benefit to upgrading that? I mean, I guess we can get one higher crafting district. And then possibly... I mean, eventually I would like a slaver building there, too. Yeah, I think just level 2 craft and a slaver building or a public order thing is probably worth. Why can't... Oh, because that's being sieged. I was about to say, why can't I upgrade that? Now, is this worth it? That's only 75 more for 2,700 gold, so that's probably not worth. 75 more for whatever this was. I don't even know if that's worth it, 1,500. But it just depends on the modifiers. So we have 500 slaves. Income increase of 7.4%. I think, what, yeah, it's 1,650. For just 7,500 more gold. Maybe it's not worth it to go to tier 2 just yet until we get more money. Monster Hunter thing, or we could do this. Slave decline rate is a lot. Post-battle loot. It's quite a lot. Oh, she leveled up too.
My beasts.
Increased power supply. Yeah. Go with that. Oh, I do need to put the Grand thing on there. Oh. 10 melee defense for large beasts within 30 meters. Enemy entity size large and ability range. Oh, okay. Okay, so he personally gets stuff when he fights large units. Gets extra armor. Okay, so we probably want to keep that on him, but her, we can put the armor on there. Okay. Now, how strong is Marienburg? Do they still have another army? They still have several armies, yeah.
Tremble before Rakarth.
We just try to go for it. Okay, it wants us to go way the hell around this way. I guess. And we can dash and still hire beasts, which is good. That thing is going to be really nice. Now, what? -8 leadership. Wow. That's quite good.
Cease your provocations.
Okay, so let's see if we can go...
Black-hearted dreadlord.
How far can we go and still give reinforcement to that place?
Plotting a course. Anchors away.
Okay. So, it's going to be really annoying if we can't win that fight, or if they continue to siege it. I don't think they're going to grow anymore, but if they get, like, more units, That's gonna be really annoying.
Lord of the Black Court.
What do we need for this? 2 more turns for growth. Okay.
Feared by all. Black-hearted.
Could hire a couple more units, but I believe we can wait. And the question is, do we want to use one of these? I mean, this is free, right? But it could cost additional things to do certain beasts. I want to save this until we land, and then I can do more of that. I mean, we might as well just kind of take a look and see what's up. I think. I mean, I don't know. I've never done it.
Triumph as always.
Chance of receiving a small number of very powerful monsters. Minus 500 slaves. High chance of a large number of common old world beasts. Okay, we cannot do this one. Okay, because we don't have 500. Nagarothi beasts. I'm trying to think, what are some of these? High chance of receiving a moderate number of common beasts, small chance of getting a rare beast. So the Nagarothi, that could be Hydra, that could be Carabidus. I'm really gonna have to look and pay attention to which ones are which. But yeah, those are pretty good. I mean, obviously you got black dragons as well. What kind of Nagarothi beasts? Moderate number of those, or rare. So we've got Carabidus, Hydra, Black Dragon. What other? We don't have a ton of low-level beasts, I don't think. Sure, the Harpies, I guess. There might be something I'm thinking of. I don't think we have dogs. So that could be really good. It's a short cooldown, 5 turns. So we could do it again. I thought it was a 15-turn cooldown normally. Maybe it just depends. For 1,000 gold. I think that one seems pretty good. 10 turns, Lustrian Beasts. So obviously you've got like Carnosaurs, Stegodons. Really good sort of frontline tanking beasts if we get Stegodon or Bastillodons. Higher level Bastillodons and Stegodons have potentially really good buffs.
Well,
Are there any low level beasts? I guess you could get just normal if they're counting like cold ones, like feral cold ones. Which those are actually like pretty good as far as like dog type of units go. Those are pretty good. I know we're about at time here too. I didn't know I didn't know I had to really understand the nuances here. Okay, old world beasts, there are quite a few garbage ones. Like you've got just basic dogs, you've got bats.
all shall kneel before the
There aren't any dragons available or like high armor units, I don't think. Maybe like wood elf stuff, if some of those are available. Treants, if those count, or like the treemen stuff are pretty good. And we can't do this one. And that's just kind of guaranteed very large monsters. Okay. So I'm thinking either Lustrian or Nagarothi. Let's go Lustrian and see if we can get some armored stuff to help us tank. Because the Bastillions and Stegodons are pretty baller for frontline units.
I want more than just cold.
Okay. So yeah, they did give us the feral cold ones, but we did get one Stegodon.
Rakarth does not fail.
So yeah, these are nice. It's only 138 upkeep too. Wow, because I have a discount on them, I guess. But yeah, the 110 armor They're heavy, they weigh a lot, they can rampage, but I can soothe that. And then these, like I said, these are not bad for dog units. Wow, I didn't realize they had 90 armor. Holy crap. 56 upkeep, jeez. That is a steal, I think. That's really good. 46 heavily armor-piercing damage. 28 charge is kind of whatever. But, like, 90 armor is insane. I didn't realize it was that high. Oh, my gosh. Melee attack and defense is not great, but it's, like, speed. I think they're relatively lightweight, so they probably have, like, good vigor management. That's awesome. Compare that to dogs, right? Like, giant wolves. Yeah, they have, like, a better charge bonus, but the other things are pin, and they have 90 armor. These only have 15. Now, these have much less HP, so I guess there's that. They only have 3,700 HP, so I guess that's how it balances out. What were the other options? Okay, you got Black Dragon, War Hydras. There's no way this is everything, right? Explosive Squig is just complete garbage. So yeah, Old World, that would definitely be a dud. Feral Manticore could be okay. Bloodrack Medusa is high level, but that could be okay. And then War Hydra and Black Dragon. So that's all I could get into the Stegodons? Surely they let you have... Maybe it's just not listing all of them. Surely they would let you have Bastillodons or Feral Carnosaurs. I could have sworn earlier I saw Feral... Oh yeah, you can get Carnosaur. So I guess it's just Feral Cold ones and then Carnosaurs and Stegodons. Are the high level ones. So they have like, what, 2 high level and one or 2 low level ones? So you're pretty much guaranteed to get a lot of explosive squigs and wolves if you do Old World. Which, again, seems horrible. And then the Dark Elf ones are pretty... I guess you have Feral Mammoths. That's Old World, but that's like not as good as Stegodon, I don't think. It's just like the extra armor. I don't know, you have a lot of HP. They're pretty... This is a lot cheaper, though. I don't know. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did. Remember, if you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestratchprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.